Happy Monday. So I think about how busy my world is and my dentist, okay? And how I need to make sure that at any given time, I have the next appointment scheduled to go to the dentist because that's part of what we do, right? We make sure. And even if it's every 6 months, I make sure that before I leave, I have the next appointment scheduled. It's just what I've gotten to the habit of doing when I was a kid. And I still do it, and here I am 50 years old. And if I forget to make that appointment before I leave my dentist's office, guess what they do? They send me a text a few months out and say, hey, Jody, in 3 months from now, will be your follow-up cleaning appointment. Do you want to schedule it now? What they're doing there is a piece to keep their practice moving forward, and B, a piece to take care of me as a patient. I have always known that dentists have this wired. They're so good at patient care. I think that they just learn a lot of it in school. The patient care, the admin pieces, the internal marketing, all of it. So what I want to see for our community, the Staffless practice community, is for us to be on our finger on the pulse of how do you keep the practice moving forward with a solid recall program. That's what that's called, a recall program. So in the idea, rise up with Staffless practice, what does that mean? Rise up is a term that means I want to stand up every time every time my chance comes to be better. I want to stand up. I want to rise up. And when it comes to my practice and taking care of my people, I want to make sure that I don't ever let anyone go and feel less than loved on when they're part of my practice. So we have what's called a recall program. Rise Up with Staffless Practice is all about week 1, we do, I don't want to mess it up. Week 1, we focus on referrals. Week 2, we focus on recalls, which is this week. Week 3, we focus on testimonials and reviews. And week 4, we focus on stats and making plans for the next month of success. So this week focused on recalls. I want to just invite you to spend some time, and you don't need to use my recall program. If you have a coach already, or if there's somebody that you follow, learn about several recall programs and find the one that is the best fit for your practice. You know, I hear all the time that what people love most about the Staffless Practice Success System is that it's all of the things that we teach are an invitation for you to ask the important questions to find what truly resonates for your practice, because it's going to be different than what resonates for my practice and the guy down the street's practice. So when it comes to recalls, how can you, in a kind, non-invasive way, put yourself in front of your practice members on a regular basis, whether it's once every month, once every 6 weeks, once every 2 months, if they had gotten busy and life took over. If I get busy and life takes over and I don't have an appointment with my dentist, I'm going to hear from them. Their cadence is every 6 months. My cadence in my practice is once a month for my practice members. So, and all the time I hear my practice members say, I'm so glad you sent that text out because I totally forgot to get on your schedule. Because life takes over. And you know, some coaches will say, well, make sure that every practice member is on a care plan. Make sure that they're already scheduled. Make sure that's a rule in your office. It wouldn't work in my life. It just wouldn't. I can't schedule out the next month of chiropractic care for me and my family right now. It's not the way that the cookie crumbles in my world. What I can do, though, is I can reply to a text that says, hey, Jody, we miss you at the office. Would you like to come in this week? Sure, no problem. I can even better if that text says something like, hey, Jody, we miss you at the office, or hey, Jody, it's Fran, miss seeing you. Text back a 1 to get on our schedule this week. Text back a 2 to continue a break, and text back a 3 if you want to be removed from this list. The idea is to create one-click solutions to protect and honor time, energy, money, not only for you, but also for your practice members, so that it works for everybody, right? And if that looks like for you to schedule out visits at visit 1 for the entire care plan, then that's the way that you do it in your practice. In my practice, it doesn't work. So in my practice, a really solid recall program is essential. It's essential for great care with my practice members. It's essential for my practice to stay in a healthy place. It's essential for me as a practice member. So think about this week. What kind of recall program works really well for you? I actually put a link in this video wherever you're watching it for the club, the Joy-Filled Practice Club, which is where you actually get my recall program. We're going to go over it this week for focusing on marketing for 2024. 2024, that's crazy. Okay, so the goal for Rise Up with Staffless Practice this week is for you guys to focus on what's a solid recall program for your practice, focusing in on this week. Cool. I'm just realizing that Rise Up, my buddy Danny Knowles runs Mile High Chiropractic Seminar, and it's just the cream of the crop. It's awesome. And I'm just realizing that he says Rise Up with Mile High. So Danny, cheers to you. And I'm going to take Rise Up and I'm going to apply it to Staffless Practice too. I hope that's okay with you. I'm loving you guys from here. I'll talk to you soon.